Hello class. So I'm going to repeat the certain things that we have already learned in the class online session related to the grid reference. So what is a grid reference? Basically, it is a way of expressing location of on a topographical map. So as I mentioned before, the location on the topographical map can be referred with the help of relative location, that is location expressed using landmark, that is behind the big bazaar, opposite Shiv temple or near a Patel pan, or maybe absolute location like location expressed using the known grid system like the latitude longitudinal grid. Now what are these grid systems that are used on the topographical map? So there are basically two grid systems that we use. One is the latitudinal and longitudinal grid system, which we also refer to as the geographical coordinates. And the second one is the eastings and northings. So in the grid system today, we are going to learn about the eastings and the. So here we are with your simple coordinate system that is simple coordinate system, that is the latitudinal and longitudinal coordinate system. So the horizontal lines, as you know, are your longitudes, and the vertical lines, as you know, are your longitudes. Just to zoom in into another area, we can see that there are number of latitudes like 72 degree 25 minutes east, 72 degree 30 minutes east, and one latitude is shown over here, that is 24 degrees 20 minutes. Now let's say, for example, we want to locate certain points or certain areas on this topographical map. How are we going to refer to them? We have three different features. The first one is the temple, then there is a confluence point, then there is a spring. How are we going to locate? We can locate them in terms of latitude, longitude, but there will be a lot of calculations involved in that, and that can also be sorted out whenever we want. But we are not going to go into the latitude, longitudinal coordinate system. But nevertheless, we can directly find out the location of the spring from whatever grids are given on this topo sheet. That is, we can say that this spring is located exactly at 72 degree 25 minute east longitude and 24 degrees 20 minutes north latitude. The same cannot be found out for the temple because there is no latitudinal line and longitudinal line which is shown on the map, and that is passing through this particular point. Similar thing goes with the location of the confluence point. So we directly cannot find out the location of these points. So what do we do in such cases? We go in for what is called as finding out the eastings and northings. So before we look at eastings and northings on the map, let us look at them in terms of definitions or in terms of terms, how the terms can be defined. Eastings. Eastings are again vertical lines very similar to your longitudinal lines, and northings are horizontal lines very similar to your latitudinal lines. Easting runs north to south, northings run east to west. They both are numbered from 00 to 99, and they are placed at 1 kilometer apart. On the topo sheet, you will find usually they are placed at 2 centimeter apart from each other. Values of the eastings will go on increasing from uh, uh, west to east, while those of the northings, the values will go on increasing from south to north. So here we are trying to understand the eastings. As I told you, eastings are vertical lines running from north to south. Their values go on increasing from west to east. So it is 93, 94, 95, 96 and so on. They are they appear to be almost parallel to the longitude, but it is not necessary that they will always coincide or overlap. That is, it is not necessary that these things will overlap on the longitude. They may overlap, they may not overlap. Like for instance, the 93 number easting is exactly overlapping on this longitude of 72 degree 25 minutes. But this particular easting of 01 value is not overlapping on the 72 degree 30 minute east longitude. So these are referred to as the eastings. Easting goes from increases in values from west to east, they are vertical lines very similar to your longitudinal lines. Northings are horizontal lines. They are very similar to the latitudes, but their their values go on increasing from south towards the north. Like in this instance, it is 75, 76, 77, and so on. It will go on increasing. So these are referred to as the north. Put together over here on the topo sheet, you can find that these lines are the north eastings, and these lines, horizontal lines, are the northings. Okay, as I told you, it is not necessary that they will overlap on the longitudes or the latitudes. Now, because we have this grid system in place over here, we are calling this grid system as the simple grid system. And then we can locate the temple. We can also locate the location of this confluence point as well as the spring with the help of this grid system. How? Let us look at. So we have two methods of locating, and depending upon which method we are using or how many digits we are using, we will be calling it as 4-figure grid reference system or 6-figure grid reference system. The 4-figure grid reference system, in this what we do is that we use the first 2 digits of eastings and the next 2 digits are always of the northings. And how we can deal this reference. So where is this temple? It is here. What we are going to do is that we are going to see first always remember we will be writing the first 2 digits of the eastings, the vertical lines. So which vertical line or which easting this temple has crossed? It has crossed this vertical line, that is 94. So against the temple, first 2 digits I have written 94. Next two digits are for northings. Again, which northing or which horizontal line the temple has crossed? It has crossed this line. And what is it? 76. And that is why the next 2 digits are for the northing, that is 76. And that is why where is the temple located? It is located at 94 and 76. Similarly, if I look at the confluence point, it has crossed this particular line, will go down and we'll see it is having the value 97. And which northing it has crossed? It has crossed 81. So it is 97 and 81 is the 4-figure grid reference for the confluence point. Now for the spring, if you look at the spring, where is it located? It is located here. So which is the line it has passed, or on which line it is now? Exactly, it is on the same line. So it is 93. So it is 93 over here. And which horizontal line or which northing it is passing, or it is on that particular line exactly in this case? So it is 82. So the spring is located at 93, 82. So this is the way we will be mentioning or writing the 4-figure grid reference. I'll directly jump to the exercise for you to understand the 6-figure grid reference that you are supposed to solve in the classroom. Otherwise, the other slides I have already explained you in the class lessons. So I will for the slides. Anything right now about this slides because I already explained this in the session. So look at this exercise. Okay, many of you had doubt regarding this solving this exercise. In the beginning only I told you in the classroom rather that if the given feature is occupying a larger area, then we will only go for 4-figure grid reference and we will not have any 6-figure grid reference for that. So in this case, the settlement and the dam, they are occupying certain area. So we will have only 4-figure grid reference for them. Unlike them, the spring, the triangulated height and the spot height, they are actually points on the topographical map. Though for your understanding, I have increased their size and that is why you might feel that they are having certain area, but no, they are point features. So these point features, for point features, we will be having 4-figure as well as 6-figure grid reference. Now let us look first at the settlement. Now, when you are looking at the settlement, what I told you, we can do only the 4-figure grid reference. So, for 4-figure grid reference, naturally, we'll be looking at which sting it has crossed. It has crossed the sting number 27. So, the first 2 digit will be 27 and which northing it has crossed 17. So, it will be 27, 17 will be the location of the settlement. So that is what I have written over here for settlement. It is 2717. Now for the dam. If you look at the dam, it has crossed the sting, that is 29, and it has crossed this line and the value is 16. So ultimately the grid 4-figure grid reference for dam will be 29 and 16. So you can see here 29 and 16. Now the most important part that most of you were not understanding was related to uh, taking these features, the point features, and going in for 6-figure grid reference. So let's say, for example, if I'm looking at triangulated height, let's say first the 4-figure grid reference for triangulated height, it has crossed this line of a sting. So it is 28 and this northing, so it is 18. So it is very clear that it is 28 and 18. It's 4-figure grid reference. Now after 28 sting, what I have done, I have superimposed a mesh or a grid, 10 by 10 grid over here. Okay. Now in this case, you might get slightly confused because this size is bigger. While drawing in your journal, you can have a very small triangle, so such problem doesn't arise. But nonetheless, we still can solve this. So as I said, for 6-figure, what we have done, we have put a 10 by 10 grid on this. And now what I'm going to do is that this is my 28 sting, which I have written here as 28. And after 28, I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and this arrow is at 5th line because that is passing through, say, roughly the center of the triangle. So I have taken that point. So this is the 5th division. So what I have written over here in triangulated height, I have written that after 28, sorry, my cursor is not working. Okay, so after 28, you can see the 5th division. Now similarly after 18, because it has already crossed the 18 northing, again I'll count here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The arrow is here, 5th division. It is coming here, it is crossing here. So I have written 28, 5, 18, 5. That is how I have located the triangulated height in terms of 6-figure grid reference. Now for the spring. If you look at the spring, then you can see that for 6-figure grid reference, this is the 27 stings, always writing stings first. So it is exactly lying on 27 number sting. Okay, so I have written 27. Okay, and it has not gone ahead. So it is 27 0 because I have to maintain the 6 digits. So it is on 0 line. And then this is the 19 northing, and above 19 it is 1 and 2. So you have 19 2. So it is 27 0, 19 2. That is the 6-figure grid reference for the spring. Similarly for the spot height, again you will see it has crossed the line of 29. So I have written 29, and after 29, this is 29, it is at the 2nd division. So it is 29 2, and after crossing the 19th northing, it is at 1, 2, 3 and 4th division. The arrow is at 4th division. So it is 29 2, 19 4. That is how you are going to solve this exercise in your journal by superimposing a mesh of 10 by 10 grid equal size cells and then finding out the third place here, like this, third place and the sixth place for the 6-figure grid reference. I hope this is clear for those who have not understood, and so for those who have not solved this exercise.